Hey guys, this is my first YouTube video, okay? I'm mostly a YouTube Shorts creator because I just find that way easier to make and it doesn't take as much time. Like in the PBA bowling videos, that doesn't take too long. It's like, I just gotta screen record it or whatever off my phone and I can just upload it in an hour. I know I've been a little inconsistent the last few days. I've just been waking up very late and I just don't really see me filming right now. I will film probably later tonight as I'm posting this about almost 11 o'clock on August 8th, 2026. I also do make bowling videos. I have been stepping a little away from those lately because I just haven't been going to my home bowling alley as much. I've just been gone on vacation. With my family, being sick and going to the hospital and all that, it's just been so much. I don't ask too many questions about that. I want to keep it private, but so today's video will be about what got me into bowling, and it's a really simple answer. I mean, one time it was September 1st, 2025. I came to the bowling alley. And this was almost about a year ago, just about 11 months ago. I go into my bowling alley, and I'm like, ooh, what's a league? And this year, I wasn't signed up. Last year, which is at the time would be that year, I wasn't signed up for soccer. And usually I was signed up for soccer. I was playing soccer for 3 years consecutively, and no, I wasn't picking it. I just had a little itch, that's all. And you might be asking, why'd you quit soccer? I mean, that's kind of a little off topic, but just I lost interest. When you're a teenager, you kind of lose interest. But now we go into that year. Something about it just made me go hey Dad, I should sign up for this league, so it's something else besides soccer. I didn't say that last part, but you know what I mean. I did ask him to sign up. He's like, okay, give it a try. If you don't like it, we'll go back to soccer. So we come a few weeks later, and the sign-ups day, and that's where I meet one of my teammates. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a really good friend of mine as of right now. I won't say it because it's, to avoid private reasons, and, But I met him. He wasn't really that talkative, which is understandable. I mean, I was shy for most of my life, so I can understand him, but now we go to the next week is when I meet the rest of the team. There's about 4 kids there's 3 other kids besides me. There's 4 in total on my team. I was the last one to bowl on the team. Then there was the other 3 who bowled before me. And it's just how it worked for teams. But anyways, we go to then. The first one, pretty bad. I mean, that was just the first time, so another itch, sorry. It was my first time bowling on a league, and yep, I did pretty trash. We just don't talk about that. That was just about a month before I decided to sign up for the league, which is basically end of September. I did pretty bad. I mean, I got 50, 60, all that. Oh, it's disgusting. And for maybe about 2 months, I'd averaged between a 60 average. 60 or 70 average. I'm not making that corny joke. I swear if I see one, I'm going to lose my brain. It's just, I don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to, risk it, but, I'd have about a 60 average. It's definitely very irrelevant to now, but back then I was just only new to it. I'd say December is when I started to bowl better. I still kind of bowled trash, but I got up to a 70 average. And it was just kind of rock bottom until next month. In January, that's when I kind of took up the pace. I wouldn't say I took up the pace. I was still bowling kind of trash. Oh yeah, just ignore the noises. That's just the cats playing. So do as much as you can, but I'm gonna try to speak a little loud so they don't. So, anyways, so then I kind of just got my first ball around, I'd say towards the end of January. So obviously that's right around when Super Bowl is. I got my first ball as the Raw Hammer. If you remember when I did the Arsenal series, the reason why that was the last one is because that was the first one I got. To be fair, I don't use the first 2 balls I ever got anymore. I got more balls, so I will make a video on the balls later. Just don't see it right now. But I was just bowling fine. I mean, I didn't know how to curve. Obviously, that was my first time bowling. And well, that wasn't my first time bowling. That was my first time using a regular bowling ball, not a house ball, a regular ball. I kind of just bowled straight down the middle a little bit. I went to the side. I mean, my pin action was but at least I got my own ball. For maybe about a few weeks, I kind of just hit rock bottom. About 2 weeks later, I got my highest score ever. I beat it for the first time in maybe 4 months. Because when I first started bowling, my only highest was 148. Now we go to 4 months later and I got my first high score that beat over 150. It was a 162, and that was February 7th. Yeah, because I had league every Saturday morning. And that was my highest. That's, I'd say, no, I would say maybe about the next month. Sorry, another itch. I don't know why it's so itchy. Anyways, now we go to middle of March of this year, 2026. That's when I started picking up the pace. I started bowling in more tournaments. I mean, the first tournament I did was end of February, early March. I mean, I did okay, but even for being the same county, it just wasn't that. I just didn't do my best. It was just my first tournament, so I wasn't going to do good. Now we go to the next tournament, which is basically the next week after I finished the 2-week tournament. Well, I did the first day and the last day of the tournament. I did the second week of the tournament, which is like in another county. It's about a 45-minute drive from my home bowling alley. I think it's like 45 to 50 minutes. Oh man, that was probably the best tournament I've done in my career. I got first place in the tournament, and I got up to almost $300 in scholarship money. Then we go to the next day. I bowl doubles with this kid. I'm not gonna say his name because it's private reasons. We both ended up taking second place, and we got, I think, up to $200 some dollars. I think that's what we got, but we split it. It was about $111.50 per of the two of us, so we got each that because it was doubles and it was handicap. I mean, I did pretty good. I mean, that's still a little irrelevant to now, but I still did pretty good in that tournament. Then we go to, I'd say the next week, it was league. I started breaking more records, and I got up to, well, no, actually, no. Before I say that, the next day after that doubles tournament, I went back to my home bowling alley, and guess what I got? A 180. Now I'm starting to break more records, and this is starting to become a little more relevant, but I'd say probably not yet. I'd say maybe, I don't know. Let's finish it. I'd say, the following week I got a 189 in league, and that's when my parents were like, yeah, we can get another ball, and I got to choose this time. The first one I did, they surprised me, so even though I am a Storm brand person, I'm basically only bowling Storm products, basically. I chose Phase 2, but I wasn't, into Storm. I got really, really into Storm about 2 months ago, which is about May or June, but I'd say about end of May, early June is when I got into Storm. I got a 189, and I chose the Phase 2 Pearl. I mean, looking back now, it's not even my best ball, but it was for a big majority of my career. And I was bowling really good with it. I mean, then I don't remember if I did so well the rest of the league because I didn't get many high scores. But on the 189 day, I got a 170 some, and I think another 170 some. That was probably my best median average of that career. I mean, not the career. I mean, the league. And honestly, I was really proud of myself back then. I mean, maybe a little relevant, but I'd say starting to get really irrelevant at this point. Um, then we kind of just hit. Well, it's not even league. It's just I was starting to get more consistent right around then, but I still didn't break my record. I wouldn't say until maybe not even 2 weeks later, I got my first over 200. It was a 224, and you guessed it was April Fool's. Well, you wouldn't guess it because you didn't know, but anyways, it was April Fool's, and you might think I'm joking, but no. I went to the bowling alley, and I got a 224. I was in shock, and I was just like, no way, no way, no way I broke it. And my voice back then was so... I mean, it's a little lower pitch. Obviously, if you haven't noticed, my voice is getting more deep because I'm getting older. But, I was just so jumping up and down. It was just crazy. I was calling my family and all that. And then after that, I kind of just didn't do well for a while. Until middle of May, which is about a month later, I broke another... Well, I didn't break my high score. I broke 200 for the second time, and I got a 203. I think it was... Yeah. Sorry about that. I think it was a 203. I can't remember. And then I kind of... After that day, I don't know what happened, but that was probably the worst bowling month so far. It had to be May. The first half of May was amazing. I mean, I've had only one really... The first 3 weeks of my league... Well, just during the summer, it's not sanctioned, but I didn't do my absolute best because I just wasn't used to league for a bit. But, May was probably just the worst month for me. I just don't know why I dropped so low, but I just struggled so badly in that month. But it's all of a sudden June. I'm just like even better than ever. Like I'm that's like one of my best months in bowling. I'd say maybe. Yeah, it was June 5th, 2026, just a few days before I started the channel. I got my third 200. I think it was a 204. Oh, man. And that was my best consistent day for a long time. My lowest was a 150-something, and my highest was like a 200. I think it was a 204. It was in the early 200s, not 205. It was below. It was between 200 to 205. I don't know. And then I think we come 2 days later. I'm not kidding. 2 days later, in league, I broke 200 2 times out of the 3 games. First one, I mean, it was I got the balls drilled a little. Well, I had them drilled. They just made my thumb hole a little bigger because the tape didn't fit as well for a while. So they just made it a little more so it could fit. So it could stop blistering because, kind of why I stopped bowling for a bit is because of the blisters. But, then... another itch. I'm so tired of it. I should stop yapping, but I'm not. I'm just explaining. Then we go to that. I got 132. It was just a rough game. 200. I was in shock because if I didn't get that spare or strike, I think it was a spare. Yeah, then I would have not broken 200. I broke it right on the dot, and I was so proud of myself. And then we go to the next game. Now, more people are watching, and I'm getting more stressed out, but I try not to let it ruin me. And I ended up getting a 247. I got 6 strikes in a row. Not the first 6 frames, but on the 3rd to 8th frame, I got strikes, and then I got a 9 spare, strike, 9 spare. And then the first 2 frames, I think, were like 8 spare, 9 spare. I think it was 9 or 8. 9, 8, I don't know. Obviously, that was one of my best games. And for maybe I'd say about a month, it was very hard to beat. I mean, I did break 200 a few more times, but at that point, I just kind of stopped tracking it. But I was just starting to break 200 about almost every time I bowl. Not every time, but at least once a week I'd break it, maybe twice. It just depends on how I bowl. If the lanes aren't dry, then I'm cooking. Sorry, that was just allergies. I should stop pointing out stuff, but, then we go to July 19th. The day you'll never forget. I posted that community post, that I got best score of all time, 268. And not 268, 266. I got 4 strikes in a row. On the 5th frame, I got a 9. And that almost went down to a strike. And then was strike. 8 split. And I got the other pin. I almost got the other pin. That would have been a 267, but I got a 266. And I'm not going to lie, that was just a week and a half until I beated my all-time highest score. And you would think, no, there's no way you could beat 266. Well, you are wrong. I got a 268. I got the first 8 frames for strikes. The first 8. And I'm not kidding. My adrenaline was so bad. I started getting sore after that game. Like, I couldn't bowl after that next game when I got the 268. Like, I was just trembling. And I was like, my back and everything was hurting. We go to then, 9th frame. Almost a strike. It's like the week before. I almost got it, and I didn't. Yeah. I got a 9 spare, a strike, and a 9. And then I don't know why, but I was this close to getting the pin. And it just and the ball just went a little more, it curved a lot more. So I just missed narrowly, and it just really, set me off. But then we go, yeah, that was really about it, honestly, because I didn't go much bowling after that. But honestly, I was in shock that I was this close to a perfect game. And if I didn't get a 9 on the 9th and 11th frame, that in the 12th frame, obviously, I could have gone that perfect game that day. But I guess I just traveled just a tiny bit. It's like these days I'm getting so close to a perfect game. I'd say maybe before the end of the year I might. I mean, definitely before I'm driving, that's for sure. Because I got about 2 years. No, about a year or 2 until I drive, but you get the point. That's what really got me into bowling. It's just, thought, hey, let's try something new. I wouldn't be here today if I didn't go that day. I mean, this is basically my career. I mean, bowling, doing tournaments, league, challenges, making PBA videos. I mean, I do kind of a mix. I don't really make tournament videos. If you don't see those often, that's kind of because we don't have many tournaments at this time of the year. They're usually during the winter, I'd say. Usually maybe late fall towards early spring is when tournaments are. I might actually be doing 1 in 2 weeks. I'm not very certain. Might not, but yeah, that's really about it, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. I'm gonna sign off, but thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support. Let's get to 100 subs before August 31st, 2026. The first time didn't go so well, and we're at 78 subs as I'm filming this. We have 22 more to go. I will do a Q&A video if we hit it before August 31st. It'll come out in early September, maybe the mid. It just depends. I'll give you guys 2 weeks to comment everything because the comment section is so dry and I want some people to comment. I mean, that'd be amazing. And I will not accept if the same person comments twice because then that's just kind of cheating. So it's got to be 1 comment per person. I know I might be unfair, but I just, don't want bots because I hate bots. But, yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and I'm going to sign off, y'all. Take care. God bless you. And I'll sign off. Peace.